Hello, it's Kadesha. I'm back with another video. So today is one of our, I don't want to say business videos. Yeah, I'll say business videos to where we build step by step because all of us want to get to a place to where we can have a little bit more control over our work schedules. And so we want to, of course, make more money, but we're like, how can I make more money without having to work all these hours? And the Lord gave me a revelation today because oftentimes we will work ourselves to death, literally, and then wonder why like we're not getting anywhere. Because oftentimes what goes hand in hand with working yourself to death is also buying things to accommodate. So you have that retail therapy, or you have that fast food, or you have, whatever it is that is your what's the word, your vice or your thing to do to relieve stress. And oftentimes if we do something else, it will help us to be able to build wealth, because of course that's what we're wanting to do, but also not have the stress that comes behind trying to work a certain amount of hours to actually build that wealth. So this is about creating something that basically does not allow you to have to work it. So it's basically like creating a stream of income to where you are sleeping and that stream of income is working. And one possible way, of course, is YouTube, where you make the videos and you decide, okay, I'm going to make that video at that time, it's finished, and it will make money for the entirety of YouTube. It will do that. And that's more of the longer strategy, but it still works. So don't, of course, count that out. That is more of something that will take patience and will take consistency, which building wealth is that we do not build wealth overnight. And so we have to get out of that mindset of thinking that if I work, a billion hours, that I'm just going to become wealthy. And it's just like, you will die first if you decide to do that. So you have to create something that will take a little bit of time to where you can actually make money while you're not having to work. And the Lord allowed me to realize, like, I'm doing that. I'm able to do that this year, and I'm pretty excited about it. But when I looked at it, I was like, well, Lord, this may put me on a backtrack to where I don't make the amount of money because someone else is doing the work that I would do. And so, of course, I pay them, but I get a fee for them working. But I'm not getting the full amount in which if I was working that I would. And so we have to learn to realize, like, it's baby steps that we have to do this. This stuff doesn't come overnight. And that if you eventually do this step by step, you do this step by step, then eventually you're going to have more than one. So it's just like, okay, yeah, I may just have one person doing the service, but eventually I'll get to 2 people doing the service and 3 people doing the service. And if I'm still getting a cut from what they're doing, then eventually it's going to work up to the salary in which I'm able to sustain. Because it's not like I'm not working. Like, yeah, I'm working, but someone else is working additionally. And I'm excited because I believe this is of course how corporations are started. And I've talked about this before. It's like we have to do it step by step. It's like I have to be able to do this work and then hire somebody else to be able to do this, but I still know how to do it. But we have to kind of renew our mind to where we don't look at it as to we're like, well, if I don't get to work all those hours, then I'm not getting the full amount. When you have to realize someone else is working and you're getting paid, which has never been a thing. It's usually we're working, so we're getting paid. But now I'm to the point in my life where somebody else is working. I'm not working the job that they're working, but I'm getting paid off for the work that they're doing. And some people may call that slavery, but that's not slavery because slaves don't get paid. Slaves don't get paid, okay? They don't get paid. But no, it's a win-win for everybody because they feel like that's the amount that is needed for them to be able to pay their bills, and then you're also are building something to where you're like, okay, this is enough for me to pay my bill. So it's a win-win for everybody. But we have to realize, like I said, this is a baby step. So you may, and I'm gonna give numbers just for an example. You may, of course, be making 30. We'll do 30,000 a year. So 30,000 a year, and then you decide you're gonna bring someone on, and so you may not work as much. But your company is still making. We'll say your company is still making 30,000 a year, just to make it easy. But your profit, because you're having to pay someone else, is actually 15,000 a year right now. This is just the beginning. And you may say, well, how is that so? Like, that's not going to benefit me after. That's not going to benefit me. But the thing is, you don't realize your time is freed up so that you can create other things, and that you can make this model better, because you're no longer having to work this. You're allowing somebody else to work it. They're making money off of it. You're making money off of it. And you're able to actually create something else and allowing it to grow into something as well. And so that's one mindset that we really have to get to, because it's so easy to look at numbers and say, oh, this is not working because I'm not getting the amount that that's actually being paid out. So you're like, oh, okay, I don't know if I should do this or if I should do this. But the Lord will provide. The Lord will allow it all to work out. And so it's up to us to keep going, to keep putting your hands to the plow, to realize, like, whatever the Lord is building in the season with you as the steward. Remember, a steward is what all of us are. It's going to be grand because the Lord is doing it. But we have to get ourselves out of the mix and realize it's not about us, it's about God. And when we do that, we'll be able to build something that even generations to come will be able to be blessed off of it. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for this season. I'm excited for what the Lord is doing. And I just want to share that with you, so you too can build the business that the Lord is calling you to build, and be able to help someone else because you decided to hire them on. Thank you so much for watching. Like I always say, sacambia que quieres ver en otros, ponme la gata na comida. Until next time, bye.